we just saw EGIdra against Select, and it was pretty epic.
It was just so interesting. I feel like, you know, Select is actually bringing a lot of new builds to the table here. But we are ready. I think it's time to go.
It's time to go.
Let's go then. If it's time to go, let's go.
It's time to go.
All
what are you going to do?
Go.
So the countdown's begun. We're going to throw the in-game screen up for you guys in just a second. Head-to-head, Select against EGIdra. Can Select come back, or is EGIdra going to go down here as 2-0 against Select and get that much closer to being a potential champion here of MLG in Columbus, Ohio?
Well, Tasteless, who is that?
You do it.
Me?
You can do it.
In the red, we have the two-time Dawn of War world champion, the many-time highly ranking MLG player, champion of countless online tournaments, overall sick nerd baller from the team Dignitas. It is Select.
There he is now. Little SCV's mining away. But over here,
well, Tasteless, you want me to do this one?
Yeah, I want you to do it, man.
He is known as the Kraken, Tasteless. A scary foe indeed. Someone who has made it deep in the GSL many times. Someone who has won an MLG. Someone who won the IPL. Someone who is very opinionated and funny and handsome and charming. It is EGIdra from EG.
By the way, guys, while we have a little bit of downtime here, please get on Twitter, #MLG. I know we always ask you to do it. We ask you to do it because it's important. Because it's good for esports.
We want to get this trending, guys.
Yeah. We really want to get this trending.
Together.
So come on, let's do it. Get this trending. Tweet about it. Tweet about it more than once. Once is not enough. And if you're not on Twitter, sign up for Twitter. Add me on Call Me Tasis. Artosis is simply Artosis. Also at MLG Sundance. Mind behind the MLG.
Yes, indeed. He's a great guy. Bringing us a great tournament. Now we see a double barracks opening for Select. Very, very standard on this map. Now EGIdra is going for a speed first build. And a speed first build, here's the thing. As Nesty showed us against SC FOU in the GSL, for those of you who happen to watch that most amazing epic match ever, you have to be very careful with speed first against this. As Nesty showed us, make 8 lings. If you see 2 barracks, make 8 lings, and then you can go back to drones for a little bit. But 6, man, brings a few SCVs, Microsoft's Marines well, and it might not turn out so well.
Interesting games thus far with these two guys especially. Actually, we haven't even casted a bad series yet.
No.
You know?
There's no bad series at the MLG Tasteless.
No. Everybody gets a trophy.
Everybody's a champion.
I'm like Oprah Winfrey over here. I'm like, and you're the best player in the world, and you're the best player in the world, and you're the best player in the world.
It's called Tasteless Favorite Things.
Mm-hmm.
He gives you a bottle of soju, a beer, a Starcraft 2 CD. Look at this, a lot of SCVs coming.
This is a pretty aggressive maneuver and indicator he doesn't want to go into the late game.
Indeed it is, Tasteless.
These Zerglings are going to be caught off guard.
Now EGIdra is making 4 more, but remember what I said, man, about making 8 lings before going back to drones. We'll see if he'll actually get enough. He has to bring his drones down. Only bringing 6.
Huh.
I find that interesting. This is going to be a little bit scary.
Terran does have the option to make bunkers. You got to be careful.
He has plenty of money to do it as well.
Looks almost like he's pooled the money for that.
EGIdra has a lot of units down here, but Select with some brilliant micro, some very nice stutter step. The SCV's getting in the way quite a bit, but the Marines have been surrounded, and EGIdra cleans it up. Select cannot be after that, but. There's always a but, Tasteless. He did not lose all his SCVs. Still has those 5 SCVs sitting there. So,
but, you know, these SCVs are not mining.
Well, the drones that were fighting weren't mining either.
Yeah,
Tasteless.
but he's not sending them back, and EGIdra sent his back. See? So, he also did the bizarre maneuver here, selected, of repairing these SCVs briefly.
I think he thought he might attack again and thought better of it, and speedlings are out, Tasteless. This is very bad for Select.
No.
You know what I said about not losing those SCVs? I take it back, because now he lost 2 of them. Now he's going to lose all these Marines.
Nice.
And
last
even
second wall in.
That SCV kind of moonwalking while he builds it. Well, he's walled in, he's safe, he's good, but you know, he lost some SCVs. EGIdra, on the other hand, made a lot of Zerglings. In fact, he's only at 16 drones against 15 Zerglings. That is not, those are not numbers that you normally see EGIdra at.
No.
Not at all.
So, you know, for the time being, we're going to have to see, you know, where he wants to go from here. Some players would do a bailing bust because they crippled their opponent. I don't think EGIdra's going to do that in this case. He likes the mid-game. He loves the late game.
Only Domaga really crazy enough to look at 3 barracks and say, you know what? Banelings.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do a crazy all-in effort. He does an all-in. You know, Domaga a little bit less predictable than somebody like EGIdra.
Quite true. Now, EGIdra is droning up massively. Select right now. He has, if we take a look at the wall-in.
Sure.
He does have, right in front of that, Tasteless, the middle one, there is a Brave SCV on the outside. He's scared.
Oh, look at that.
And there he goes.
Guy.
He gets it.
He's safe.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, he was out there a long time, man. He has a story to tell those other SCVs. He's going to own that lunch table for the next week.
Oh, that's right. He's going to be the cool lunch table. Well, Baneling Nest on the way. I don't believe, unless I'm mistaken, it's going to be an offensive Baneling Nest.
Well, actually, he's making, he just made more Speedlings, so.
Maybe I'm wrong.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility, but yeah, I don't think it's the appropriate time for it, Tasteless.
We will see EGIdra every once in a while attempts to get outside of the box, outside of what he normally does here.
But much like my pet cat, sometimes when he tries to get outside the box, it just doesn't work. And I laugh and I say, "Oh, you cute little kitten, come here!" And I like pull her out of the box.
You know, much like my pet cat, when my pet cat attempts to do baneling busts after stopping a 2-Brax rush, he's there with his little paws, right, Artosis? But he can't macro those little paws. He's not going to be able to control group that, you know?
Yeah.
But this one, I'm like, listen, man, you're a cat, you know, and you need to stop trying to do these kind of strategies and start getting back to playing with your catnip. And he's like, yeah, it's not easy being a talking cat, Tasteless. And I'm like,
You know what? You should tell him to switch over to Protoss. The macro is a little bit easier.
a little bit.
I think he might enjoy it.
He might enjoy it.
Well, Siege Mode and Stim on the way for Select. He does have a starport out, but, you know, kind of in a mediocre position. Not anything fancy. EGIdra, on the other hand, he's droning up pretty well. Layer almost done here. Up to 53 drones against 35. And those are reverses of each other. If you take 53, flip that around, what do you get, Taste? You get 35.
Oh
and if you add those together, you get 8.
Bible code here from Artosis at MLG.
Doing some... yeah, man.
What does it mean? All right, Spire time.
Those are my lucky numbers.
And a Spine Crawler. For a second, I thought he was going to get 2 Spires. I'm like, what? Look at this. Artosis, EGIdra, well, Artosis is so good as well, but EGIdra prepared. He knows there could be a gully push.
Oh, wow.
And in this case, there is.
And that is why he is setting up those spines. In fact, he's going to set up more because he sees it coming, Tasteless. All he has to do is stall this for a bit and just get enough units to actually get out of here.
And you know what's interesting is when the Spire finishes, Terran can't get out.
Yeah. He can't really
Select
ferry
is
anymore.
really in trouble here.
I think he is Tasteless. EGIdra is playing some inspired Starcraft today. And we do have 4 more spines being made. There is 1 up already. Siege Tank hitting it. And beautiful move, targeting down that medevac sub.
All he has to do is get the medevac.
Yeah, and to even just damage it right now is actually really, really good, Tasteless, because as the mutas pop out, you can eventually kill off that medevac, and then there's no more spotting. Oh, I can't believe he's actually going to drop this there. There are 1,000 Speedlings right there. And
yeah, he does back flip into that medevac.
Now 8 mutas are on the way. Baneling's speed is almost done. Baneling's popping out right now, and everything's going to finish at about the same time. He's going to have to get out of there. Siege Tank doing some pretty good damage. 6 kills on it already. The mutas, Tasteless, 10 mutas on the way, almost done.
Well, you know, here's what's going on for Select. Select, oh my God, he lost the medevac. Select is in serious trouble.
Yeah, he's going to lose all of this now, but, you know, he did some damage with it. He forced a lot of Zerglings. He annoyed the queens. Don't ever want to annoy the queen, man. She's royalty.
I know. Speaking about royalty, the big satellite truck out back that we're using to broadcast this for you guys just was used to broadcast the the royal wedding. Excuse me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's actually pretty sick. But we got it. I'll get on to it in a minute. Hold on. We got the drop coming down here now. this is what's bizarre about Select's move here. I don't know why he's continuing to do this.
Yeah, this...
You actually can't do this against mutas. You cannot keep pushing.
Yeah. And look at that nice muta control there. Trying to snipe that medevac, but Select countering that properly.
Beautiful.
And the mutas just being a nuisance, Tasteless.
Those mutas.
But yeah,